Welcome back. It's October, and this month I've been pretty busy with work and school, so I'm doing a lot of coding. And so this month I thought I would switch it up and do more of the visuals for the game so you guys can see how it's all coming together. So let's get started. So the game is basically a rhythm-based party game, so think along the lines of Cadence of Hyrule mixed with Gang Beasts or Boomerang Fu. Last month, I basically combined all of my prototype projects into one big prototype project. So basically ended up with a multiplayer select screen and a gameplay screen where players can move around a grid to the beat of the music. For the first week of October, I was actually in Dallas, so I was pretty busy, but I was able to get in some development time here and there. I decided to start on the first stage, and I decided I would go with the 80s theme for the first collection of stages. The idea is to have different collections of stages, each representing a different genre of music. But for now, I wanted to flesh out one stage to get a good feel for the game. I decided to go with an 80s themed diner for the first stage because I thought it would look cool and provide some gameplay elements to the scene. I also started playing around with this outline feature by inverting normals and scaling up the object a little bit. Once dropping it into Unity, it actually looks pretty good, and I also applied the Toony Colors shader, and that's what I'll be using for the majority of the project. I added to a Notion board last month with everything that I thought would look cool for this stage, and that's what I'm referencing as I'm building it out. I added a skybox and neon lights around the diner. Once dropping the Blender file into Unity, I played around with all of the materials and lighting to get the mood that I wanted. I also added an interior to the diner, a few different cars, and a spinning neon sign. Camera effects like bloom, vignette, and fog really help set the mood in Unity. I added some final touches before heading back home to Chicago, where I really brought the stage to life. So up until this point, I've just been 3D modeling in Blender, but I wanted to add some code to some of the elements of the stage. First was to get the music to interact with the emission value of the material, and also scale up or move the object. I added a spin to the sign, a grid pattern on the ground, trees, and an outdoor section in front of the diner. And with some finishing touches, here is the final result. So there's still a lot to do with making the stage feel more alive, not to mention the grid portion of the stage where all the combat will be. That's all I have for this month. Next month, I plan on fleshing out the actual grid and continuing on the gameplay mechanics. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.